Jannik Sinner had done it. After one of the toughest battles of his career, he stood on center court as the Wimbledon champion once again, while just a few steps away stood Alexander Zverev, staring at the grass with a mixture of heartbreak, pride, and disbelief. Imagine giving everything you have, fighting for every single point, believing your lifelong dream is only moments away, and then watching it disappear right before your eyes. Have you ever worked so hard for something, only to see it slip away at the very last moment? That was the reality Alexander Zverev faced on one of the biggest stages in sports. The scoreboard may have declared Jannik Sinner the winner, but behind those numbers was a story of determination, pressure, sacrifice, and raw emotion that millions of fans around the world could feel. From the very first serve, Zverev looked fearless. His powerful first serve was landing with incredible accuracy, his ground strokes carried confidence, and he refused to let the defending champion settle into his rhythm. Every winner he struck sent a clear message. He had not come to Wimbledon just to reach another final. He had come to become a champion. The opening set became an unforgettable battle filled with long rallies, nervous moments, and breathtaking shot-making before Zverev edged it in a dramatic tiebreak. Suddenly, center court began asking the same question. Could this finally be Alexander Zverev's moment? Could today be the day he finally lifted the Wimbledon trophy? But if tennis has taught us anything, it is that champions never panic. That is exactly what separated Jannik Sinner. Instead of allowing frustration to take over, he remained calm, trusted his game, and slowly began changing the momentum of the match. Point by point, game by game, he forced Zverev into longer rallies, making every service game more exhausting than the last. Have you noticed how the greatest champions rarely look rushed when they are under pressure? They don't chase the match. They patiently wait for the opportunity to change it. Sinner did exactly that. As the second set reached another tiebreak, the tension inside center court became almost unbearable. Every point carried enormous weight. One mistake could change everything. One brilliant shot could decide the championship. Sinner held his nerve, captured the second set, and suddenly the match had completely changed. Momentum in professional tennis is a powerful thing. Once confidence begins to shift, even the smallest mistakes start feeling much bigger. Zverev continued fighting with everything he had, but the defending champion was now playing with complete belief. His movement became sharper, his returns became more aggressive, and his confidence grew with every passing game. Then another challenge arrived for Zverev. During the intense exchanges, physical discomfort began to appear. Despite obvious signs of fatigue, he refused to slow down. Why? Because champions do not quit simply because they are hurting. They keep fighting until the very last point. Isn't that one of the greatest lessons sport teaches us? Success is not measured only by victories. Sometimes it is measured by the courage to keep going when everything is working against you. Every rally became longer. Every service game felt like a final examination. The crowd could sense how desperately both men wanted the title. Yet Sinner continued raising his level exactly when it mattered most. His forehand became more dangerous, his backhand remained rock solid, and his serve delivered under the biggest pressure imaginable. Slowly but surely, he took complete control of the match. Finally, championship point arrived. One last exchange. One last opportunity. And when Sinner struck the winning shot, center court exploded into celebration. The Italian fell onto the famous Wimbledon grass, overwhelmed with emotion, while Zverev quietly walked toward the net, knowing another Grand Slam dream had slipped away. But here's where the story became even more powerful. Most people remember the winner lifting the trophy. Very few remember how the runner-up behaves during the hardest moment of his career. Alexander Zverev stepped onto the stage carrying disappointment that words could barely describe. Yet instead of making excuses or showing frustration, he congratulated his opponent with class and respect. Then he made the crowd laugh by joking that he did not really like Sinner anymore because he kept beating him. That single sentence changed the atmosphere completely. It reminded everyone that behind every fierce rivalry are two athletes who deeply respect each other. Let me ask you something. If you had just lost the biggest match of your career in front of millions of viewers, would you still have the strength to smile? Would you congratulate your opponent with genuine respect? That moment revealed Alexander Zverev's true character. Winning trophies creates champions, but handling defeat with dignity creates respect that lasts forever. Throughout his career, Zverev has faced injuries, criticism, heartbreaking losses, and constant questions about whether he could finally win the biggest titles. Yet every setback has only strengthened his determination to keep fighting. That is why fans continue believing in him. They see not just a talented tennis player, but someone who refuses to give up no matter how difficult the journey becomes. Jannik Sinner deserved every bit of his victory. He once again proved why he is one of the best players in the world. His mental strength, consistency, and ability to perform under pressure separated him from everyone else. But Alexander Zverev also left Wimbledon with something that cannot be measured by trophies. He earned even greater respect from fans around the world because of the way he handled one of the most painful moments of his career. Sometimes defeat teaches lessons that victory never can. Sometimes losing today becomes the reason you succeed tomorrow. Tennis history is full of champions who suffered heartbreaking defeats before finally reaching the top. Could Alexander Zverev be writing that same story? Could this painful Wimbledon final become the turning point that leads him to even greater success? Only time will answer those questions. But one thing is certain. This final reminded the entire tennis world why we love this sport. It is not only about trophies or prize money. It is about courage, resilience, respect, and the willingness to stand back up after every fall. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think Alexander Zverev will return to Wimbledon and finally win the title one day? Or do you believe Jannik Sinner will continue dominating men's tennis for years to come? Share your opinion in the comments below because I read every single one. And if you enjoyed this story and want more emotional tennis documentaries, player reactions, speeches, and behind-the-scenes moments from the biggest tournaments in the world, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next upload. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.